Martina from Gesshin. Gesshin is a student association which promotes the Japanese cultures. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing the ambassador of Japan to Italy, Suzuki Satoshi. Greetings are in Japanese, while the interview will be in English. Since this interview is a rare opportunity, the query will be slightly specific. はい、皆さん、こんにちは。ゲイシンのマルティナと申します。ゲイシンは、学生の社会で学生の社会として日本の文化を推進します。はい、今日は在イタリア日本大使の鈴木聡様にインタビューさせていただきます。ご挨拶は日本語で、インタビューは英語で行います。このインタビューは貴重な機会なので、詳しく質問させていただきます。それでは始めましょう。Recently, Japan and Italy have signed an agreement for a working holiday visa between Italy and Japan. Aside from all the types of working visa, are there any discussion to promote fast-track programs for Japanese and Italian students and workers?
Well, I think I understand that students like you wish to have new system, but to be honest, for the time being, we have to focus on existing schemes because newly created working holiday system has not yet started. So perhaps after having accumulated some experience, we need to look at a new system to introduce. So for now, we do not have any discussions yet. But I think existing systems like government-sponsored scholarship, as well as exchange program among universities, Japanese universities and Italian universities. I think these systems could be used for now. And if the government of Japan recognizes the real need for introducing new system, I think that would be the time that our government will move ahead.
Okay, thank you. Next one. Concerning the Hiroshima AI process, Hiroshima Process International Guiding Principle for All AI that was held in September 2023. Could AI be a useful tool to the diplomatic work in order to improve relations between countries? What about the relations between Italy and Japan?
This AI issue is a quite important as well as crucial issue for years to come because AI has two sides, positive side and negative side. Particularly generative AI is now creating some concerns among governments or among scholars, among media. And that is why G7 Hiroshima Summit tried to address this issue to draw attention of the people in the international community. And I think Japanese presidency tried to actually issued some basic elements how we should address this. Creator of AI should observe some principles or rules or code of conduct, and some third-party check system is needed. That sort of issues. And for this, Japanese presidency will end in December or this month. Next year, Italy will take over this presidency of G7. And Prime Minister Meloni has already expressed her strong commitment to this AI issue. So I really hope that this is a quite good issue for Japan and Italy work together to have very good sort of rule making for international community. Actually, newly emerging technology or system always have two sides, like nuclear energy, dynamite before, or other vaccines. I think the question is, these new technologies are good or bad? No, that is not the question. The question is how we could control the new technologies to our advantage. And so I think two extreme views, positive views, negative views, should be converged into one, and to find out a better solution. How we could control this new technology, new tool to the advantage of human being. That is my view.
Thank you. It was really interesting. Next one. Since both Japan and Italy have a rapidly aging population, what could they learn from each other?
This is again a serious issue. Aging society is being created by long life expectancy, increased senior citizens, and low birth rate. So there are two issues behind that. And I think Italy and Japan have similar situations. This is really serious issue. But to be honest, Japan has 120 million population. Italy, I think, less than 60 million. And Germany, 80 million, France, 70 million. So why Japan should maintain 120 million population? I think we have to create a system where with 80 million population, Japan can be sustained, can be operated. That system we need to have it. And that is my personal view, and not many people can share this view, but I think it is really needed, because if we try to address the issue of low birth rate, and the Italian government, Japanese governments are trying to provide tax incentives or subsidies, but I think this is not the solutions to address this fundamental issue. Rather, my solution is that we should change. I mean, Japan should change its own society. We have been very closed society, homogeneous society. Perhaps it's time for us to open up for, say, foreign workers to come to Japan to do some parts of economic activities, so that less population Japan can survive. I think this sort of change of mindset is needed at this very critical juncture. And so I think Italy may have similar sort of views. You have already accepted foreign workers, and you may have some issues of that. So I think those points are good lessons for Japan to learn from your country.
Thank you. Last one. The gender gap is one of the main challenges that Japan has to overcome in the foreseeable future. In which ways does Japan intend to narrow the gap?
This gender gap issue is a long persisting issue for Japan. But when we look at closely the real issue, I think there are four categories for gender indices. Politics and economy. Japan is ranked very low. But education and other one more category, the Japan is not ranked low. So the issue of gender gap is perhaps we should focus on politics. Less politicians, female politicians, less say government ministers, less senior officials in the government. Those are the observed issues now. But if ordinary female people do not wish to run for any positions as politicians, we cannot force them to do so. But rather, I think we should address a more fundamental issue, like equal salary for males and females, as long as they do the same work. Unfortunately, in the case of Japan, we have some disparity between the salaries for men and salaries for women. I think we should equalize this wage level as soon as possible. Otherwise, if husbands and wives are living together and having babies, and one of them has to take care of that baby, which one should leave the work? I mean, less paid work. Normally, wife have to quit their work at the office and have to stay at home to take care of the baby. But if the wages are equal, there is a sort of equal choice, free choice between them. And then if women continue to work outside of the houses and given opportunities to get promoted, or if female workers would like to be interested in politics, well, that would be motivated to promote that direction. So I think very basic issue is difference of salaries between men and women. And further, behind that issue, I think I believe somehow in Italy too, we have to address the issue of unconscious bias. I mean, ladies, female should stay at home to do householding works and to take care of their children. And men's going out and don't need to do this kind of. This is a very persisting bias in Japan, unfortunately. And to some extent, Italy has still that kind of perception. I think this fundamental issue needs to be addressed beforehand. Otherwise, even if we provide, government provides financial incentive, couples do not have babies more. And for this, again, education is quite important. From the very small kids, they should be educated that men and women do not have divided roles, could work together, could do the same thing. I think this is quite important to address this big issue.
I think the same, and the problem of the salary gap and the unconscious bias for women and men, it's kind of a big problem, a big issue also in Italy. And I think nowadays, with the sad fact of these weeks, we are discussing it more, so we hope to find a solution both in Italy and in Japan. So, 最後の質問です。はい、イタリアに駐在する前に、イタリアを旅行されたことはございましたか？もし旅行されたことがあったら、最も感動された思い出があるでしょうか？
私、イギリスで勤務してた時に2000年、西暦2000年ですけれども、イタリアに旅行で来ました。その時は子供がまだ小さくて小学生でして、非常にローマとかシエナですか、それとフィレンツェとピサにもあって、その時のやっぱりローマはもちろん綺麗ですけど、郊外の自然の美しさというのは非常に覚えています。でその後2009年から2014年までオーストリアのビエナにいまして、そこでいた時もイタリアに何度か訪問しました。で特にその時は例えばベローナのアウトドア オペラとかですね、あとミラノのスカラ座とか、そういうオペラハウスを割と見て歩いて、やはりイタリアの文化の深さというかですね、芸術のレベルの高さっていうのを非常に感じて、でその後全く予想してなかったんですけども、イタリアに大使として来れたので非常に喜んでまして、今いろんなところを私の家内と一緒に見て歩いているところです。
はい、ありがとうございました。Thank you for the engrossing insight about Japan. We hope you and the viewers enjoyed our time together. Thank you. 日本についての興味深いお話ありがとうございました。大使様と皆さんと共に私たちと過ごした時間を楽しんでいただけたなら幸いです。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。